Yo, people, welcome back to the channel. So, um, first of all, before I add this late minute guest, um, first of all, this is the fourth month channel since the first video has been posted. So, 139 subs. But yeah, everyone, something like almost 30 plus subscribers um, in this month. So, big up, everyone. And I want to thank everyone. Like 50 watch hours. Big up everyone for sharing and watching the videos. I know sometimes the streams are long and it's hard to stay tuned. So, but big up everyone who stay tuned, everyone. So, I'm going to tell you guys what happened. So, my phone was dead basically. Put it on charge about an hour before the stream should start, and 15 minutes before the stream I check my phone and I see Taylor, um, it his family just came over, so everything he can't join. So I was like, oh shit. I was like, should I do this on my own? And I was like, probably. Should I? Then I was like, let me first hear if the legend, the man himself, Tyler, not Taylor, Tyler is free. And indeed he is. Yeah, he is.
You alright, mate?
I'm good. Big up, Tyler. Like I said, it
Big
was
up
literally
yourself, mate.
15 minutes before we should start. I was like, oh shit. What time am I going? Should I basically just give my thoughts and give you all the wrong insights, or mostly wrong insights? Maybe right, maybe. But yeah, I've got Tyler. Tell the people how are you doing today?
Yeah, today's been a bit of a different one. Obviously, if you follow me on my social media, you'll know I weren't feeling too great, but I'm feeling a little bit better. Had a driving lesson, and it was a very good lesson. In fact, done a lot of different things. A bit off topic, but you know, bit of a very good lesson. I felt very positive from that. I think give it 10 more lessons potentially, then obviously if I pass my theory, it could be to that stage where I could actually start driving like that. That's how confident I am in it now. And yeah, that just really helped me out. Obviously, I'm not gonna lie, I was struggling a bit, mentally and that sort of thing. But yeah, obviously, back on the YouTube grind. Obviously, Hanno, like I said, asked me 15 minutes before if I could come on here, and yeah, obviously, I'm going to help him. Give him a bit more of an insight on the championships as well. Obviously, he knows about Luton. He knows how good they are and that sort of thing. But obviously, insight on the other games as well, and obviously, drop my predictions and yeah, just help out like usual with that. So there you go.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Everyone knows Luton.
I know it's
Everyone
Luton
knows.
massive. Do you know what I mean? If you don't, you will know. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but yeah. So let's start off with a bit of a review from last week, last weekend's games. So we start off, of course, Huddersfield faced Burnley. Like you said on your stream, watch along, and you did. It could have been 4-3 no for Burnley. Huddersfield looked absolutely poor. So, um, and yeah, it definitely was Burnley first game, first day of the season. You could see Burnley. They weren't they based. You could definitely see it was um, the first game of the season. For me, I just think it's it's going to be interesting. We'll get later onto Luton versus Burnley, but it's going to be interesting to see. Was it Burnley? Huddersfield being so poor that made Burnley look so good, or was it just Burnley showing their quality as usual in the Championship? But your thoughts on that game?
Yeah, just what you said there. I think it's a bit of both, really. I was saying on the stream how Brownhill, you can tell, not just him, but you can tell like other players, they've got that Premier League quality, and you could see it. Like I forgot they still had Ashley Barnes. I thought for some reason he left, so it was only until the day before I actually knew he was still there. There's still obviously a lot of their players are gone. Obviously, Cornet's, going West Ham and that sort of thing, but they've still got decent players that obviously are Premier League quality. They've brought in some good players as well. Don't get me wrong; they're not Championship proven, but you can see what company's trying to do. He's trying to keep, the experienced players like Barnes and that sort of thing, as well as bring in the youngsters that he has, like Scott Twine. Who's very unlucky in that game. Obviously, come on and you know how good he is at free kicks and he hit the post. It's very close to scoring. But yeah, Huddersfield, like I said, obviously on my predictions, I think, that they could go down. I think they will go down. I said if anyone's to do a so-called Barnsley, it'll be them. Lost a lot of key players and they were just really poor. And I'm hearing from a Huddersfield fan, I don't know how true it is, but obviously with Kasper Schmeichel leaving Leicester, apparently they're looking at the Huddersfield goalkeeper. So if that is the case, they're in even more problems because for me, and like you mentioned earlier, if it weren't for the keeper, it would have been a lot more. Because I remember as soon as Burnley scored, they literally nearly scored again. Keeper made a great save. He's a very good keeper. He's not a keeper I personally like, but he is a quality keeper. Definitely up there, if not the best keeper last season. But yeah, like I said, I think it's down to a bit of both. And obviously, I won't say too much yet for Burnley versus Luton, but yeah, that's what I made of that game, really.
Yeah. Um, yeah. If we look, um, Blackpool versus Reading, Blackpool getting a win.
Very
It,
close on my prediction for that.
it was close. It was close.
And my Burnley one I got right. Well, hey.
It was close. And Blackpool versus Reading. You did you expect Blackpool to do it versus Reading?
Yeah. Like I said, I went for a 2-0. I don't think both teams will do great this season. I'm just not too convinced by the Blackpool manager tactically. The signings he's done are very good, and obviously they've brought in Charlie Patino as well from Arsenal. Who, don't get me wrong, some of their fans hype him up. You know what they're like, but for Blackpool he'll do very well. He's done very good signings. Like I said on my own stream, signed players from Man City and Liverpool. Obviously, it was Reece Williams from Liverpool, who would do well in the Championship. He's at Swansea last year as well. And they signed a Man City youngster. But like I said on my stream, they played, around them world-class players in both of them sides. So they're bound to do decent for lower opposition where I feel them lot will be in the Championship. But yeah, I did expect to win. Like I said 2-0. I just thought with it being at Blackpool, Reading, they're pretty poor away. They're more better at home. So yeah, I did expect a Blackpool win.
Yeah. Black Blackpool, of course, last season they did great. But Reading, I think it shows just Reading, they are going down. It just shows who's, because Blackpool, they're not the best of teams, but if you lose to them, it thinks it shows you might be going down. But a next game was Cardiff City versus Norwich City, and
Mm-hmm.
oh my days, that what happened in this game? I think no one predicted. Maybe some Cardiff
I,
fan
I was going
would
to
have
say, I do
predicted.
actually know a Cardiff fan that done a bet with Alex, saying, I know a part of the bet was the Cardiff fan was saying they'll beat Norwich. Basically, Alex was thinking, no, you won't. and obviously we know what happened there. But I think the Luton Birmingham game was part of the bet, so I don't think the guy got as much money as they were planning because Luton didn't win or something like that. But yeah, I think he was the only person that predicted that. To be quite honest with you, I think, what did I say? I think I said 2-1 Norwich or 3-1. It was definitely one of them. But yeah, both teams getting a red card as well. But I do see a lot of the obviously it's a good win, but then again, I wouldn't take it too much into account, especially first game of the season. A lot of Cardiff fans are moving like they're going to get automatics after one game, which is, for me, that's just crazy to even be thinking that personally. But it is a good win. It is a good win and fair play to them. But yeah, they,
And
that's all I really got
it,
to say.
yeah, it is definitely a good win. I still don't think Cardiff will get automatics and maybe
No.
not playoffs for me neither. But interesting that both teams got red cards. Did you see the red cards or what?
No, I wasn't. I wasn't able to obviously watch this game. I haven't looked back at it either. The only games I properly watched were obviously the Burnley one, Luton one, obviously, uh, Watford, Sheffield United, and Sunderland, Coventry. They're the ones where I've got more of a standout basis
Yeah.
on from last week. So, the hell was
It's
that noise?
interesting that both teams got red cards. Of course, Cardiff City got Perry in G got red card, and Grant Handley in 85th minute for Norwich. Does this spook fear maybe for Norwich? They're getting red cards against Cardiff, showing maybe they can't handle the pressure, being 1-0 down.
I think they'll be all right. I think they'll be all right. They have got. For me, I don't want to sound disrespectful to Wigan. Obviously, we'll get to it. I think they have got. For after that game, they've got a favourable game. Wigan didn't look too convincing last week, which we obviously will get into. Um, so yeah, I think it's a good time to bounce back. A thing a lot of people go on about, which I don't think they'll have a problem with because they've done it before, is they've got to travel a lot of miles everywhere they go. There's not actually one team near them. The closest team to them is Luton, funny enough, and that's 100 odd miles, I think, or something like that. So, but I don't think that will affect them. Yeah, no, I think they'll be all right. I think they'll be all right, especially the
Yeah,
likes that players that they've still got hold of. I think they'll be all right.
yeah, that they should be alright. But if I think if Norwich don't make automatics, I think that would be one of the biggest shocks
Yeah, yeah, no,
of the
most definitely,
championship.
yeah.
Yeah, but before we get into another game, just want to say Matt Miazga from Chelsea, he has officially moved to FC Cincinnati. So he has gone to Emil, his club. So Matt Miazga, thank you very much.
Oh yeah, just
I
quickly
think
while we talk about that, then Cucurella, are you buzzing?
yeah, I'm buzzing.
He is a
The,
very good player. He's very good.
the only thing I'm upset about is Liverpool going out on loan again.
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah,
That um to Bright. That's the only sour part of the deal.
yeah,
Cucurella, I know it's like 60 million, but who cares? We got one of the best,
yeah. He is very
maybe
good. For me,
top
he's good.
four,
Yeah,
top four
that's what I was about to
of
say.
fullbacks. But
Hmm.
you got Rhys James, Liverpool's two fullbacks,
Hmm.
and then Cucurella, top four fullbacks in the league. Oh,
Obviously, you got to put City's
Cancelo.
ones up there as well, ain't you?
Yeah, I forgot about. Okay, top five, top five.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Definitely, 100%.
Yeah, I forgot about Cancelo. I forgot about
Yeah,
it.
yeah. He's one of
Okay.
them.
Yeah.
A lot of people
Um.
would have, especially if them trying to get in Cucurella when Man City tried. You'd have thought that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, but
But there you
Others,
go. There you go.
yeah,
You swoop that off Man City. Do you know what I mean? Fair
yeah,
play.
finally, something going our way, and try to hijack something.
Yeah,
Finally,
yeah, yeah. That's true. Actually, the amount of people you try to hijack, yeah, one actually come off. That's good.
but yeah, uh, Swansea drew with Rotterdam. I said Swansea 24th. They drew with a team. Many people think they are going in relegation. If they lose this weekend, people we keep an eye out for them. Keep an eye out. That's it.
Yeah,
In-
this game, this game, I think I only said a 1-0 Swansea, didn't I? I think I did say, I might have said it now, or definitely said it on something else. I might not even have said it on YouTube, but I think I said I wouldn't be surprised if Rotherham got something out of it, especially if them being at home. It's first game of the season as well, and they've got some good signings this year. You do think if they are to finally stay up, because they're like the Norwich of league Championship and League One. You know, it would be now with the signings they've done. Tom Eves, a very good striker for them from Hull. Obviously, Kioso from Luton, who's a very good player. It's just, like I said, at Luton, he was never going to get ahead of James Bree, unfortunately. So, yeah, if you think there's going to be a time, it could be now. But, yeah, that's what I've got to say about that one.
yeah, and it's interesting to see. And Rotterdam, maybe they're not as bad as people think they are, but we'll get onto them this weekend. Um, but Blackburn Rovers versus QPR. Blackburn took to one. I said QPR, I think. I believe I said QPR.
Yeah, yeah, you did. I remember. I said
Interesting.
Blackburn. 2-1, I think I said, though.
Yeah, In, yeah, fair enough. Blackburn, are they sneaky? Mm, are they, um, what can I dark horses maybe for playoffs?
They could be this year. They could be this year. They've still got Diaz, who, I think I said it when I done the video for you. I'm surprised the Premier League team has not tried to get him. Honestly, he's that good. He is a player, obviously, if you don't get injured, who I think, if there's a player that can bring you into it, it is definitely him. Look at last season when they were second. They literally shot up to second, and everyone was thinking they might potentially get automatics. That was mainly because of him. Um, their problem for me, and this is why you could put them in dark horses, is the managers. The manager situation. I just don't really know too much about him. Not too convinced, but they've kept some good players. Obviously, Tyler Morton's there now, isn't he? On loan. He'll do well there, I reckon. Harvey Elliott done well there when he was there. Another Liverpool youngster, but I can't quite remember who it was. So they're definitely in for a shout of dark horses, 100%.
Yeah, yeah. Big up Nippon says hi.
Big up.
Big up. Um, I know there was an earlier comment on Luton, but I'll get to that when we come to predictions. So yeah, and I think Birmingham fans will be happy when I pull up that comment. Um, so yeah, but Luton Birmingham, of course, a no draw.
Mm-hmm.
First game of the season definitely looked like it was first game of the season
Mm-hmm.
for both teams.
Definitely.
Luton dominated in that midfield. Luke Freeman, what a player!
He did
And
look very
Birmingham,
good.
they say reportedly they say some Luton fans lost their head and smashed their head against the wall after the full time whistle because Birmingham just wasted time.
Mm-hmm.
And I know Luton fans were absolutely
Yeah,
angry with.
obviously, it was disappointing in the fact that we didn't score. Like I said on my vlog, it was the final third, which we was lacking. We actually looked very good, like you said, midfield. When we were going forward, we're ready to go. It's just that unfortunate, the crosses too close to Ruddy and that sort of thing. Like I said on my vlog, credit to Birmingham. They come and done what you had to do at Kenilworth Road. Unfortunately, that is what teams have to do, but it shows how far we've come. They were the happier team with the point, which obviously I understand. Fair enough. You've also got to look at the fact if that was last season, what would have happened? It'd have been a lot more. We kept Troy Deeney quiet. He didn't do nothing, mate. He did not do anything. The only thing he done was blow a kiss at the end. But where was your talking on the pitch, mate? It was nowhere to be seen, just like your hairline. But there we go. But yeah, it's jokes aside. Like you said, Freeman looked very good. The only problem I have with Freeman is I'm not sure. Well, it's not really a problem. It's just something I'm a bit questionable about. Is will he be able to go? Obviously, we've got the rotation now, but will he be able to go pretty much a full season? I'm not too sure with that. I'd love to see him start tomorrow, though. That would be brilliant. But obviously, we'll get more into that. But yeah, it was one of them. A point's better than none. I know it's only a game in. At least we didn't lose. And we look good. Like, let's be real. We look good. They didn't cause any problems to us. They had 2 shots in the first half. Easy enough for the keeper. Both straight at him. I remember. Obviously, I've got them on record as well. So, it's one of them. Like I said, if that's last season, just think what would have happened there. So, yeah.
Yeah. And a result Lewis will be happy about. Hull City 2-1
Mm-hmm.
victors at the end of the day.
Not that siren out there, so it's always a madness on this main road.
Yeah. But yeah. Expected win for Hull City, probably.
Um, I thought they were going to lose this. To be fair, I thought 1-0 Bristol City. I don't think Bristol City. I think they'd be similar to last year. Yeah, they've got some good players in, but I think they're lacking, especially in the midfield department. Obviously, Naismith, good player. Nate Snake, but there we go. Funny enough, he gave away the penalty, which led to Hull winning that game. So, Nigel Pearson, their manager, Bristol City, just talking absolute rubbish. Saying, "Oh, we dominate," or whatever he said. He's any old excuse. He can never take a defeat like a man. He's always got to make up some excuse. If Luton battered them this season, he'd probably be like, "Oh, well, the referee was on their side from minute 1, so we had no chance." Luton won't do what they've done again. We'll see, mate. We'll see. Well, I'll tell you something right now. We'll definitely do better than them. Let's get that one in. But there we go. Yeah, fair play, Hull. Fair play. They come back. Lewis was telling me, obviously, like I said, this weren't one of the games I watched. But he was telling me they should have had a lot of penalties. Even a YouTuber that went in the Bristol City end, even apparently he was saying like they should have had a penalty, Hull. But they got 3 points and fair play. Apparently, a lot of their players look very good. And this shows that pre-season doesn't mean everything because they had a pretty poor pre-season. And they've beat Bristol City, which I think there was more favourites for Bristol City to win. So fair play, Hull. Fair play. Do you know what I mean? I don't actually mind Hull, to be fair. I'll tell you something. When I go there, I'll definitely need to try the food this time round because apparently it is 10 out of 10. But yeah, fair play to them. Fair play.
Yeah. Hull City, they done well. I can't really comment on Hull City and Bristol City because I don't really know them personally. So yeah, but next game weekend with Preston, no, I'm not going to talk much about it.
Just quickly,
Preston,
I've got that game spot on.
yeah, Preston, they should have won. They got a red card. That's how in the 80th minute. Probably, I'm not going to come. It's Wigan versus Preston.
Yeah, pretty
He,
poor for a derby, by the way. 0-0.
he,
That's a derby. That. There we go. I just knew both teams would be lacking. I just had that feeling. Hence why I went 0-0.
yeah. Preston, they they're going to fight for relegation or might just survive. If and Wigan, they're going down. You can see the quality. They don't have any quality, personally, from my side. I think they're just going down.
Yeah,
Your
no, I
quick
agree.
thoughts? You agree? Okay, yeah, fair enough.
Agree.
Um, yeah. Millwall versus Stoke City 2-0 to Millwall. I think I got that spot on, or I might have said it the other way around.
I can't.
Um,
I can't remember actually.
but yeah. Your thoughts on this game?
I said it could potentially be game of the weekend. I just thought with the signings both clubs have done, especially Millwall. Like I said, they've replaced very well. Obviously, Jed Wallace, who was one of their best midfielders, if not one of their best players in the whole team, obviously left and went to West Brom, I think it was. And they replaced him well with Honeyman from Hull, who is a very good player in my opinion. Afobe as well up front, which is obviously good in that aspect. And I just thought Stokes' business as well. You know, Dwight Gale. You know, in the Championship, that's a brilliant signing. Um, I thought it'd be a bit of a closer game, but Millwall, I wouldn't put it up there with other grounds. It's a tough place to go. It is when the crowd's on it. Um, but yeah, they got a win, a clean sheet, and could they actually get into the playoffs this time? Because their problem is they're always in and around it. Well, from what I've seen in recent years, and then they seem to slip out, or just not even slip out because they're not really in it often, but they be around it and then they just fall behind. Um, maybe if these group of players, they could do it. But we'll have to wait and see. But very good win against a Stoke team that'll be would have been full of high hopes. After them signings, it definitely got think they'll finish high. Like, you know what I mean? Like, last year that was terrible for them. So yeah, they'll definitely be looking to finish higher, a
Yeah,
lot higher.
yeah. Like I said, I just quickly listened to it. I got it spot on. I say 2-0 Millwall, so I
There you go.
got it spot on.
Nice,
So yeah,
nice.
Oasis, yo,
Big up
yo,
yourself,
big up,
boys.
yeah, big up Oasis. Always in the comments. Now, Middlesbrough versus West Brom. Not a result Middlesbrough wanted. 1-1, they definitely, I think, they definitely went into that game and, like, we should win this. We should win this. Surprised they didn't. Honestly, surprised they didn't. So yeah, your thoughts on that game?
Yeah, I was surprised as well. I thought, Middlesbrough, that's another ground that should be up there for tough place to go. Luton didn't win their last year from minute one. We were poor in that game. That's how that game went. I didn't go to it, but obviously I watched it and heard it and all that. And fair play West Brom. Obviously, like I said, they've done some really good signings. But I'm just not convinced Steve Bruce is that manager that can put him in the playoffs. Around it, yes, but not inside it. But I could be proven to be wrong. I know it is only a game in, but I think that is something to look at to get a point away at Middlesbrough, because I'll tell you now, that is not easy. They even, look what they've done even in other competitions away from home, like the FA Cup. I know Man United a bit turmoil on that, but you would not expect Middlesbrough to win that. Let's be real now. So stuff like that as well. Knocked out Tottenham as well at home. I know Tottenham have the history of that, but still, like, you wouldn't expect that, would you? Really. So, they fair play West Brom, if I'm being honest. Like I said, they were good signings, but I just didn't expect that. I think I said 2-1 Middlesbrough. So
Yeah, and big up Lewis. He says he said 2-1 how we got that prediction right,
Oh yeah,
and he said one
remember that.
one to. He said also 1-1 draw for this game.
Fair play.
So fair play to him. The rest, let me see. The QPR, no, the rest he didn't get a score spot on. Um, but Sunderland versus Coventry ended in a 1-1 draw. Expected, you could say. Just Coventry, maybe. Oh, Sunderland, no, they were the home team, of course. So Sunderland maybe should have gotten that game, should have won at home. Real, yeah,
It's difficult. It is difficult because I actually do think Coventry are a good side. I think they're a good, solid side. I think the thing they're lacking is a goal scorer. I look to their business that they haven't really, from what I've seen, they haven't brought an attacker in either. They seem to bring in a lot of defenders. And for me, from obviously I watched this game, I think they should have won it. Understand what you mean. Sunderland, first game back, and obviously in a championship for a while and things like that. But like I said, Coventry are a good solid side. They are. But it was just one of them where they were just very unlucky. Coventry, like they had a shot. It definitely was not an attacker. It is. I'm pretty sure it's a midfielder or either a defender. And he shot from distance. And even though it's first game of the season, if that goes in, that's definitely up there for contention of goal of the season. Caught Sunderland players napping, just shot from distance. Keeper would have had no chance. Rattled off the bar. It was crazy. Obviously, the equaliser they got as well was a very nice goal. And yeah, I think if anyone deserves something, it was them. I think they were quite unlucky not to. I'd say Sunderland probably had the better what's the word, edge in the first half, but towards the second half, I think Coventry definitely deserved to score another one. They're very unlucky not to. But I think despite me not thinking Sunderland will do as good as people think, I think they'll survive. It will still be a tough place to go, especially that atmosphere. For, what's it, 42,000 in the championship? It's difficult. It's going to be difficult, and it's similar to Newcastle in the aspect where you're at the top as well. So if you want to make noise, you got to be on it. So yeah, it's one of them.
yeah, definitely. Um, yeah. Now, last game was Watford versus Sheffield United, and Sheffield United. Oh my days! What was that performance from them?
Terrible, absolutely terrible. Like me and my dad was watching it on the phone together, and yeah, you're lucky you didn't see us do a YouTube stream because we would have probably got cancelled because the way Sheffield United were playing was an absolute joke. I know it's one game in, but I look like a fool for putting them third, honestly, with that performance. Now, I know Watford, obviously, as much as I don't like to say it, will be a tough place to go. We have to be real. And that attack they still got is very good. I was about to say Sunderland, but Sheffield United, they just weren't doing much. Like when they were going forward, it was just lackluster. Didn't really seem to put their foot in at times. Giving Watford space to have shots and that. And the goal, poor defending. You can't be giving players like Sarr and all them players they got on the flanks and all that. You can't be giving them that space, especially the pace they've got to get in behind players. And they took their opportunity. I knew as soon as they played it across goal. And Sheffield United, I weren't really too sure with the tactics. I don't really rate the manager. The reason, obviously, I put them third. I just think they might just finish above Luton again, only just. And they have got experienced players. They've got a lot of players I'm not overly convinced by. Like when they done the substitution, bringing on Ryan Brewster first before Billy Sharp. What are you doing? I don't understand that. But there we go. There we go. They were just poor. They were just poor. But it's one of them, unfortunately.
Yeah, definitely. And Yeah, Watford, they got a win, and at home should get to win at home. Um, Big up to Harry, aka Bromley on tour. He said 2-0 Watford. It was at the end 1-0. Wow, so big shout out to him. And he got Luton game 1-1. He got a score right. Um, yeah, I'm not going to. I don't have mine on paper or Tyler's. The only reason I know Lewis and Harris is because they sent to
Yeah,
me. So
because
yeah,
obviously I
that's
said
why.
it on the thing, didn't I? Yeah.
Yeah, you said on the video I did a recording. So yeah,
I know I've done very well though, because obviously Lewis does his own where we're all in it, and I'm second, I think. So I'm a point behind him, I believe. So yeah, good first week, better than I expected. No, I'm not gonna lie.
yeah. But we have what you guys came for the predictions for the games.
Hmm.
Now we'll start off with some of the lesser games before we go to the two games of the weekend.
Okay.
And so we know the two games of the weekend. I think both of us know.
I know one of them you're definitely on about, and I think I know the other one. Both the
Yeah,
ones in the title, they're teams.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I know definitely
Uh,
Lewis was one of them.
yeah. Norwich. We'll start off with one game I have in the thumbnail. Norwich versus Wigan. Um, do you see Norwich bouncing back?
Yeah, like I said, I don't want to sound disrespectful to Wigan, is but I think this is favourable for Norwich to bounce back. Like I said earlier, um, they're at home, first game back at home, and they're a good side at home. Where in the Championship, obviously I know about that. As a Luton fan, we don't usually tend to. I think last time Luton actually beat them away was that mad game in the FA Cup where we was in the conference and they're in the Premier League and we beat you. Um, obviously, I remember me and my dad watching it and we lost 3-0. Oh, that's shocking that. But yeah, I think they'll win this one. I reckon 2-0. 2-0 Norwich.
Okay, 2-0 Norwich. Just yeah, 2-0 Norwich. Um, uh, for me, they're at home. They're the favourites. Wigan. It's Wigan. The team is poor. Everything is poor at that club. It seems like so. Uh, yeah, I think I'm going 3-0. You're going 2-0. Um, so yeah, yeah. Next game is yeah. We'll start off with the other game I have in the title. We can talk about Watford versus West Brom while I just go grab a pen.
Yeah,
Like
no
this.
worries, mate. No worries. Obviously, the Monday night game, Watford back-to-back Monday night games. It's going to be tough, that's for sure. Most likely, especially after West Brom getting that result away from home, which obviously I didn't expect. Like I said, I see this one being a draw. As much as obviously I don't like Watford, I don't want to go overboard and say a West Brom win. Now that could happen because they're at home, but I just think it's going to be another draw. I think West Brom might concede some silly goal, and then that sort of thing. And Watford, obviously make the most of it. So I'm going to go over 1-1 for this game.
1-1. So you're not giving Watford anyone.
No, there will be a time I'll give him a win. I just think with this one, based on the result last week, sometimes you can get a bit carried away, but I don't know. I don't know. It depends on how West Brom play, of course. Like I said, I think they might concede a goal where they're just, caught napping. That's how I reckon Watford will score a lot of goals. Like, not trying to not give them credit. Obviously, I don't want to give them credit at the same time. But, with the players they've got, to get in behind, it's easier for them to catch teams napping in that sense. So they'll probably score a goal like that again. But yeah, I'm going to say West Brom get a draw. I'm going to say they get a draw. If this was last season, Watford would have probably walked away with it, to be honest with you. But
Yeah.
after last week, I've got a little bit of faith in West Brom that can get a result. Not a win, but a draw.
Yeah. Um, it's at West Brom. Watford, they got good at it. Uh, I'm going to back Watford. I'm going to back them 1-0, 1-0. 1-0 to Watford. So, yeah. Okay. Next game, let's go Sheffield United versus Millwall. Sheffield United coming off an abs disaster class versus Watford. Millwall coming off a win. Sheffield United first game at home of the season, first away game for Millwall. What do you think is going to happen in this game?
I think Sheffield United will be better than they was the other day. Obviously, it's at home as well. They're another side that are good at home. Millwall, they'll be confident from last week. Obviously, like I said, very good win for them. And I think they'll get another win here. I really do. I think they'll make it 2 out of 2. Will be a close game, but I'm going to go 2-1 Millwall.
2-1 Millwall. Okay. Um, I'm just going because it's away from home. I'm just going Sheffield United 1-1. No, 1-0. No, no, can't go. Shift. Nah, I will go with a draw. 1-1 draw. I'll go with that. Yeah. Um, okay. Yeah, just they wanted to read that message that I got. Yeah, 1-1 more. I just for the fact in that game, just because Mo did so well versus what's the team
Stoke.
Stoke and Sheffield United did so poorly versus Watford.
You
I
think
I
they'll
have
both
to
take
go
it?
1-1
Yeah.
one, and I give it 1-1 because it's at home, and I don't think Mo will win away from home. So yeah. Um. What's next game? Next game, we will do Stoke City versus Blackpool. First Blackpool, um,
Another derby.
one versus Reading, and Stoke they lost. And
Yep.
again, it's Stoke were away from home last week. Now they're at home. First home game, Blackpool. First away game for them this season. Again, Blackpool. Blackpool favourites. You'd think?
I think Stoke are actually the favourites due to them being at home. Um,
Yeah.
the way I see this going, see it being a very close game. Obviously, it is another derby. I think out like it is fairly big. I think this derby, to be fair. I'm going to go. I think Stoke will bounce back. I do think they'll bounce back. Like I said, I'm not too convinced with the Blackpool manager. Brilliant signings he's done so far, but I'm just not convinced tactically. I think they lose out, but it will be tight. 1-0 Stoke.
Fair enough. On the Stoke, I will back Blackpool. I will back them. Just you said 1-0 Stoke, and I'm going for where's that piece of paper now? Right. Uh, this is okay. So I'm going with 2-1 to Blackpool. 2-1 Blackpool. That's what I'm going with. So, yeah, make sure you get your predictions in the chat. Get your predictions in the chat if watching, and smash the likes. What? On 12 likes. So big up everyone. 12 likes. That's almost. Got loads of likes before we started the stream. So yeah, big up everyone. Yeah. So Preston versus Hull City. Hull City. First away game for team. Preston again first home game for team. Interesting one. This one. It's definitely going to be interesting to see who wins. What do you reckon?
Yeah, like I said, it is a difficult one to predict. I remember last season looking at home records and that. I thought Preston had a lot of a much better one than they actually did. It turns out they had like one of the worst. Hull, obviously, they'll be buzzing from what I'm hearing from Hull fans. You know, if players perform like they did the other day, then I can't see no reason why they're not going to win this game. It might sound a bit mad, but you know, you understand it at the same time. Preston, obviously, you know, they're obviously got that draw, didn't they, to Wigan. It probably sounds like I've got an agenda against Hull, but I don't with my prediction. I'm going to go with another 1-0 to Preston. I don't know. I think if they, the thing with them is have a good home, you know, if they're good at home this season, then they'll be way away from the relegation, in my opinion. That's what's going to help them. And they can be a good side at home. They can. It's rare. You know, it was rare last season anyway. But yeah, I'm gonna back them. But I would not be surprised if Hull got a result.
1-0 to Preston.
And just quickly, when
Ooh.
they last played at Preston, I think Hull won 4-1. It was first game last season. I think it's like 4-1 or something crazy like that. So you know,
I think I can check. Let me
yeah, you
see.
should be able to. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 4-1. It was a mad result. It was.
Just, let's see. No, give me last season. Let's just search Hull City versus Preston. And we'll see Hull City versus
Yeah, it's 4-1. 7th of
4-1.
August 2021. Yeah.
Okay. So it's definitely in Hull City's favour.
Mm-hmm.
I will back Hull City this time. But I don't think they will do as good. But I think they will. I'm going to back team 2-0. 2-0 to Hull City. So yeah. Bristol City versus Sunderland. Bristol City, of course, they didn't do well. They lost to
Hull.
Hull, of course, 2-1. Sunderland, they drew to Coventry. So again, a tight one to predict. But I am going to back Sunderland just because I think Bristol City wants an up. It's first time game, but I think they will struggle Bristol City. So I'm going with a 1-0 to Sunderland. Yeah. Tyler, your thoughts on this game?
I think Sunderland are going to have the same score as last week. which is a 1-1 draw. Yeah, I don't think this is going to be a great game to watch. To be honest, I think it's just going to be one of them where it's not going to be 0-0. There will be a goal each, but yeah, I don't think it's going to be too great. 1-1. If it was at Sunderland, I'd maybe have to. Well, I probably would back them, but yeah, with it being at Bristol
Yeah.
City, I would go for draw. Yeah, that's all I really got to say
Yeah.
about that one. To be fair,
Yeah. Swansea versus Blackburn Rovers. This is a tight one to predict. This one for me, but
it
Swansea,
was difficult for me. It was difficult for me as well.
Swansea, they didn't uh, like beat Rotterdam that many people thought they would. Now again, the question comes: is it because Rotterdam are just that good, or is it Swansea just being that poor? Um, and Blackburn Rovers, of course, they won on versus QPR. They won fair enough for them. Just because I want Swansea to get 24th. Just because of that. Just because I want my prediction to be right. I'm going with Blackburn 2-1. But
Fair
it's
enough.
definitely
This
going
is
to be
one
tough.
where oh, it might be a bit mad to say, but I do because it's at home. I do think Swansea could bounce back. However, I would not be surprised if someone like Diaz individually, helped Blackburn win this game. I think there's going to be a lot of them performances from him this season where they are going to be a bit more reliant on him personally. That's what I do reckon. This could be Morton's first game. This could be his first game. Interesting to see how he does. But yeah, I'm going to go 1-0 Swansea. But again, it's similar to Hull. I wouldn't be surprised if the result went the other way around.
Yeah, definitely. So you're going with score prediction?
1-0. 1-0 Swansea.
1-0 Swansea. Swansea 1-0. Fair enough. Yeah, so make sure to get your predictions in the chat, of course. Now, we're getting to the big games. We're getting to the big games. Reading Cardiff. I'm just going to go out there. Cardiff 3-0.
You reckon?
Cardiff. Reading that. I just think Reading are so poor.
You'll be surprised at my prediction, then I'll tell you that.
Nah. What? Reading. They're poor for me. Cardiff. They beat Norwich. They got to go with Norwich. But they got a red card. It's going to be tough for oh, for Cardiff. Not for Cardiff, for Reading. But I just think Cardiff will turn up on the day. First away day. You want to impress the crowd. 3-0.
Fair enough.
Your prediction. Let's hit.
Now, my prediction, I think Cardiff might be a bit too carried away from last week. Obviously, that is a massive win against Norwich, which obviously a lot of people didn't expect by that one Cardiff fan that I mentioned. Probably maybe a few more of their fans, but there you go. This game, I think this is where Shane Long turns up, and it could be them performances similar to Diaz, but obviously more in a relegation sense where Shane Long could be that guy to carry him out of this relegation battle come towards the end of the season. What I will say is Reading strikers don't usually tend to work out like big names like Andy Carroll. Surely you think he should be doing all right in the Championship. Didn't really do anything. Tom Ince didn't really do anything at Luton either, to be fair. But I think Shane Long is the guy that's gonna be able to do that for them. And I wouldn't be surprised if he got a brace here. 2-1. 2-1 Reading, mate.
2-1 Reading
Yep.
is calling it.
Yep, I'm calling it, mate. I think Cardiff might be a bit too carried away from last week. And 2-1, mate.
2-1. Wow. Do you
Shane
agree
Long
with that
double.
prediction, Chad?
What's
Do
that?
you agree?
Oh, probably not.
QPR versus Middlesbrough. Now this is going to be a interesting one. This one, we need to wrap this up quickly because I know your stream is literally in 30 minutes.
Yeah, so I plan to be on it about 10 to, because obviously got a guest on it
Yeah,
actually lot can see other than my dad, so do all that stuff. But yeah, no, don't try and rush it deliberately. We're not too far away now anyway, are we? No.
yeah. QPR versus Middlesbrough.
I, you know, me personally, I'm not too convinced with QPR this season. Lost a lot of good players, especially attacking wise. Middlesbrough, I think they'll get a win here. 2-0 Middlesbrough.
2-0 Middlesbrough. Yeah, QPR didn't do well last week. They of course lost to Blackburn. I'm going with a draw. You said, so yeah. Coventry versus Ryan. Your thoughts?
Despite Rotherham getting that good result last week, I think Country will make the most of what they didn't last week. Even though, like I said, they were unlucky in my opinion. I reckon 2-0 Coventry, another 2-0 game.
Yeah. I'm going with so the Middlesbrough results. I'm going a 1-1 draw. I just think that they will cancel out each other. Ryan versus Coventry. You got to back. I know Ryan got a good result, but you got to back
Coventry
Coventry. So I'm going with. You said
2-0,
Coventry.
2-0
2-0
Coventry. Yeah.
Coventry. Okay, I'm going with 2-1 Coventry. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. Now, we'll start off with with your team, with Burnley. Now, in the title, I have it as Luton to make history. Reason why I have it that Luton, if they beat Burnley, it's a historic result for Luton because it's one of the toughest travels they have to make this season.
Other than
As
Sunderland.
in, yeah, other than Sunderland, it's at Burnley, which really you look at the stadium, yeah, the reviews one gives it is not a nice stadium. Yeah, it's not a nice place to go. Oh,
Then I'll find out tomorrow.
yeah, yeah. But of course, you're going to the game.
hmm
Just give your perspective on the game.
So it's one of them where obviously in any game this can happen. It can obviously be a draw, a win, or a loss. Usually, I think 1 or 2 with Luton. Like it could be a win or a loss, say for example, win or a draw. Sorry, this one, it could literally go any way. Now, I know Burnley look very good against Huddersfield, but we'll do better than Huddersfield this year, in my opinion. I think we can match Burnley. The midfield battle's going to be very interesting because Campbell's one of them midfielders that will just be on you. He won't give you space. Like, you've done it with Declan Rice, for God's sake. Do you know what I mean? So the battle between him and is it Westwood or Brownhill? I always get confused between them two. Will be very interesting. I do think we can match him. I really do think we can match him. And that shows how far we've come. Yeah, they've lost a lot of big players, but we've still got Premier League players in their side. For me, it's a better time to play Burnley 100% than later on in the season. Still got to,
Yeah,
learn a bit more with company as well. And still trying to get used to other things as well. But yeah, like I said, I know they're passing it around quite easily against Huddersfield, but we won't allow that. For me, we want, especially in that midfield. Campbell does not give you any time. Um, but I do think it's going to end up being level, all level, 1-1 draw, and I'd be very happy with that. Burnley, like I said, is one of the toughest grounds to go to in the Championship, especially with their pedigree they had in the Premier League, how long they were in there. Similar to Luton's ground in the sense where you are close as well. You are close to the pitch, and it's obviously bigger and that sort of thing. But yeah, it's if we were to get a result there, flipping out. Despite being 2 games in, I think that's a massive statement of what we can achieve again this season, which a lot of people don't think we will. So yeah, it's one of them games where it's going to be a 1-1 for me or 1-0 either way. But I'm gonna back us to get a draw. And if our fans weren't happy with that, then some of them that don't even go to the games will be like, "Ooh, right, that's it, we're getting relegated," or something like that. Like, come on, what are you on about? Playing Burnley, for God's sake. Right? And then they're talking
yeah,
about Birmingham result. Like I said, if that was last season, what would have happened? They were the happiest side with a point. Shows how far we've come. But yeah, 1-1 draw.
yeah. Now, I like both
Just quickly,
teams.
actually, just something I just remembered. The last time we played them at their ground was 2007, and that was a 0-0 draw. So, just a little fun fact.
Yeah. Is history on trial side of his prediction? Yeah. For me, it's I like both teams. Like I said, I like Luton. I like Burnley. I like both teams. I like both clubs. It's going to be tough. I want to say one on Burnley. I want to say one on Luton. I want to say anything. I don't think it will be a draw, but just
Whoa!
because,
Can you hear my
but
laptop?
just
Or is that...
yeah, that's
Yeah, that's what I
I
was. I wasn't saying it to you, mate. I was just saying it just started making some mad noise.
yeah, no worries. Yeah, but I can't say a draw. But if I say uh, Burnley win, the Luton fans are going to be on me.
I don't think they
If
should.
I say a
Though.
Burnley win, it's going to be tough to get that over. If I say a Luton win, it's going to be for the part of my heart that likes Burnley. It's going to be tough. So I'm just going to go with a 2-2 draw.
I'll be very
So
happy with that as well. If we got 2 goals away at Burnley, I know they're not like, well, don't look like they're going to be as defensive as they used to be. But if we got 2 goals there, that'd be very good as well.
yeah, but yeah, next game is a game that takes place later today. Actually, almost
Not too long away, really, is it now?
yeah, 2 hours away from the game
Literally,
now.
yeah. If
So
you want to be, if you want to be precise, 2 hours and 3 minutes. You know what I mean?
yeah, if you want to be precise, it's nobody really. It's
Certain
two
people do.
hours.
You know what I mean? I'm not on
Yeah,
that, but certain people do. You know what I mean?
it's for those people who likes to be precise. Um, yeah, true. Birmingham versus Huddersfield. Huddersfield again. I posed you the question earlier. Is it Huddersfield just being bad, or is it really Burnley being so good? Good. With Burnley overpowering Huddersfield honestly in that game. So, and Birmingham, they did what they needed to do to get a result at Luton. It's going to be tough for both teams. But for me personally, I just think, honestly, I got to back Birmingham. Huddersfield are just so poor at this moment of time. I I might get hate for this. I might be called a Birmingham fan. I might be called uh, Birmingham Birmingham fan uh, underneath. But I'm going because of Troy Deeney. Because I think Huddersfield defense is not. I'm going 2-0 to the Brown.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Your prediction?
Um, even though it's a Friday night game under the lights, like you said, Birmingham, and obviously, like I've said as well, they done what they had to at Luton. I don't think they were great attacking wise. Like I said, they didn't really cause anything. You know, could Troy Deeney score here? Yeah, potentially. Um, Huddersfield, yeah, I'm not convinced by them. Like I said, I think they're going down. To be honest with you, I just don't think the teams will be able to cancel each other out. I don't think it's going to be. No, some people think this game's going to be really good. I don't think it's going to be that great. I'm going with a 1-1.
Yeah, fair enough.
I think if someone
1-1.
does win, it will be Birmingham. They'll snatch it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not sure. Not really too sure, to be honest.
But yeah, fair enough. 1-1. So yeah, Tyler stream is literally in 15 minutes. I've put the link to the stream in the
Cheers.
comments. So
Cheers to
go over,
that.
smash the likes, and go tune in. I bet it's going to be a fun one. But Tyler, shout out your socials.
Yeah, obviously T-Boys TV, like Hannah's put in the link, the link, sorry, he's put in is obviously my stream, the Hat Show, which was talk about Luton, and a lot discussing that, a lot to discuss today. Obviously, I'm doing that Palace Arsenal stream after, so hopefully it don't go on for that long. But obviously, we've got to talk about the Birmingham game still, two new signings, and then obviously the Burnley game. So a lot to discuss there. And yeah, we'll be on the panel that again. So obviously that'll be good. Obviously it's been a while now, and we'll be joined with a Burnley fan as well, which majority of you will know. But yeah, cheers for bringing me on, Hanno, mate. And then if you want to follow me across any of my other socials, links to them on the description. And yeah, I've got another channel as well. If you could subscribe to that, that would be boss. But yeah, cheers.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, guys, give Tyler a sub. He's an absolute legend. Literally saved one stream that is about to happen. I will tell him more about that. And he's literally saved the stream as well. So, absolute hero, legend. Make sure you subscribe to his channel and get Seaboys TV Extra to 100 subs. Get it, Dave. Come
Yeah,
on.
like I said to you, I haven't uploaded on it obviously for a month now. I just don't really know what on there because it's clips and that sort of thing. But I want standout
Yeah,
ones. But yeah, it's going to take a while to get there, definitely.
yeah, definitely. Yeah,
But T-Boys TV, yeah, we're 3 subs away. Now people are probably going to unsub because that always happens. But we're literally 3 subs away from the next target. So, let me double check
yeah, go
now, but
over.
we was 3 away. So, yeah, we're still 3
Uh,
away now. So, there you go.
yeah, go subscribe to T Boys TV. And like I said on the stream, if you don't know, if when Tyler reaches 2K
Oh,
before
yeah.
the end of this year, I'll do a spicy challenge. It might be a spicy chip or something that because I can't handle spicy things. Honestly, it can be mild with 1% salt, I will taste the hotness. I will taste it. So, yeah. But yeah, I know Tyler got to shoot. So yeah. But before I end, I'm going to just tell you more about the stream. The other stream I have is in 1 hour in 12 minutes. So it's going to be a League Two prediction stream, Premier League predictions for this weekend, and a watch along to the Arsenal um,
Palace.
Palace game. Yeah, that's right. So yeah, I'm going to be where I was when I did the Premier League season predictions part two. Going to be sitting there, doing it, watching it on the telly. So it's going to be interesting. And yeah, everyone, go make sure you go to Tyler Stream. It's going to be a fun one with the Burnley fan. And
Gonna
I
be
will
interesting.
be on the At a Time podcasters channel literally in a bit. I'll be on his channel, so make sure you go over to that, go over to Tyler Stream and give a like and sub. Peace out, everyone.